Hi, my name is Linda Kozar, and I am your host of the American Christian Fiction Writers podcast on the American Christian Fiction Writers channel on YouTube. Please check us out on TikTok too, where you'll see clips of podcasts you might like to check out on our YouTube. Our guest today will be Joy K. Massenburge and her daughter, Lotteice L. Green. And we're going to talk about pre-conference preparation. Joy is on the board of ACFW, and she's written 2 books, one indie and one traditional. She is also an author, speaker, and morning motivator, if you've ever listened to her inspirational pieces on Instagram and Facebook. Please check them out. And you can find her at joykmassenburge.com. Let's get started. Well, hello. Today, I want to welcome 2 wonderful ladies I know, Joy K. Massenburge and Lotteice L. Green. Welcome to the ACFW podcast, ladies.
So glad to be here. Excited.
Now, if you don't know, these 2 ladies are part of the backbone of ACFW. They're like 2 vertebrae in the backbone. And today we're going to talk about how to prep for the 2026 American Christian Fiction Writers Conference. And, maybe you've read stuff about prepping, but it's kind of nice to know from people who've been there. So, I mean, I'll share some stuff too, but I'm excited to find out what these 2 ladies will share. Joy is on the board of the American Christian Fiction Writers as well. So she has insight, and Lotteice and her are always there prepping and monitoring everything, and they know what's going on. So.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to butt in. I did it.
No,
sorry.
it's good.
No, maybe it's that excitement. I'm just like, I always say prep always is determined too on whether or not you're driving or if you're flying. Prep can look a little different. So do you usually fly in, Linda, or do you usually drive?
It depends on where it is, like I think I'd probably fly to Memphis because I hate being in the car so long. I just got off of a 14-hour drive, so I'm not thinking about that.
Yeah. Okay. So I think some of my prep though, as I love to drive in. If we can drive in, I prefer to drive in because I like to bring my extras and then tell my friends, hey, because you are flying, come to my room. I'm going to have my coffee pot. I'm going to have those little extras. So I would say my best prep is to find out who's going and see what they have. So I might not have to pack it.
Now, I remember there used to be a chocolate party every year in different rooms. Different ladies would have chocolate party, and you were supposed to bring chocolate. And I went to a few of those.
Linda, I haven't heard of those in the last few years, or maybe I'm missing out. I'm fixing to get on the horn and say, hey, who's coming with the chocolate party?
I know, because that used to be fun because everybody would bring chocolate, and this room would just be filled with any kind of chocolate you wanted.
Oh, wow. Oh, no, I don't know about that. I know about Cara Moncato's chocolate chip cookies.
No.
She's going around she finds newbies. She finds anybody there, and she has containers full of cookies. She bakes and bakes and bakes containers that she brings in just to make people feel comfortable and make sure they get the chocolate.
Anything with chocolate in it would draw me.
That work for you?
So driving or flying, I know you can't take as much flying. And then there's always, these days, flight delays. Lots of flight delays.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of got that. I drive. I don't care if I have to get a hotel and stay the night. I want those extra comforts. I want my own bedding because, you had to, if you travel enough, that's just people who travel. But let's just go to the basics. I say, let's start out with the basics. Sometimes people feel like cards are out of date. They're not. I still collect my cards when I'm there. They're nice icebreakers. People don't have to spend a fortune on a card. Go to Kinko's right quick. What do they call it now? It's not Kinko's. Lottie, what do they call it now?
No, FedEx.
FedEx. Now it's FedEx. Back in my day, I still call it Kinko's.
Yeah.
You know, but have that basic card with your pictures somewhere on it.
Yeah. You can design it on
love that.
Canva. You can design one on Canva. Easy.
Yes.
You know.
Basic information, slide it at the table because we still do that. Everybody's like, pull out your card. Let's everybody share at our table because I've made some of my best friends and new acquaintances at conferences.
Okay, so we got whether you drive or fly, you want to take the comforts, and then bring your business cards. Now, what about bookmarks? Do they bring stuff like that?
Depends on if you're a newbie or not.
Yeah.
Some people don't quite they're not quite there yet. Okay. So you got some new ones that's really new. So that might be a little bit, they might not be into swag yet. Mm-hmm. But if you are, great. I say bring it all. Hopefully you signed up and got books at the bookstore, if you've got books. Bookmarks are nice and fun. I pass those out as well, just because some people ask me, what do you write? And so I will pass out a bookmark just as quick as I'll pass out a card.
What about pens or things like that, or, other types of swag we all know we've gotten?
Just depends. If you're going to be, because, we also have StoryFest. Mm-hmm. So I've always taken advantage of StoryFest and I bring my swag. I get it to them. I have it set up in the room, get it to Robin, and they set it up for the readers. So I'm always bringing swag, as much as I can get my name out there. I want to do that. I can't tell you how many times it's a talking piece. Hey, sometimes you don't know what to do with your hands, but you see a new crowd of people. Hey, I'm just sharing. I like it for those reasons. Yeah, because I believe. Yeah, here's a pen. I do. I give away all kinds of stuff. I just don't want to walk away without doing something. So yeah, I say bring it if you have it. But if you're flying and you're saying, hey, I just don't have the space, cards are easy.
Yeah, cards are cheap. Cheap. What do you think, Lotteice? What are your do you have any tips?
Well, of course, if you're flying too, you can still bring all of that stuff. You just have to have it shipped to the hotel if you decide to you want to bring all of those things. Because I've had readers give me mugs and stuff. I was looking for one, but I can't find it. And it's the coolest thing ever. They have those little flashlights, and as women that are traveling alone by themselves across states, it's always great to have those little flashlights. So if you decide to have the flashlights and all that other good stuff, it's good to just mail it to the hotel. I know one of the people we use is Vistaprint, and I was trying to think of Uline is good.
Oh yeah.
As far as other little swag items. My preparation looks a little different from Joy's because, of course, I'm not a writer. My love for ACFW is just a genuine love as a reader, I guess, more so than a writer. But I do all of the behind the scene things for Joy as well as video for ACFW. So, I'm pretty much in all of the rooms at varying times. And so my preparation is, what type of shots do you want? That's usually an email from Robin. She'll send it to me either a week before I come, or we actually discuss it when I'm there because we get there early. What else? Do I have all of my camera equipment? Do I have extra cords? Because sometimes we'll get in the room and the people that are over the hotel, they don't have all of their cords. Or maybe my writers don't have all of their cords. So sometimes I have to get cords.
Fine line. She has it if you forget it.
Yeah.
If you can't charge your phone.
As well as the rest of, as far as Joy and I are concerned. What else do I do? I bring lighting just in case, because we've been in situations where we've done interviews and the lighting is horrible, where they have us set up. It looks great to us, but on camera, it's not so well.
Yeah, when they got that dressing room lighting, like when you go to try clothes on, terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of writers now have their own podcasts. They have their own social media. So they're trying to interview and get people that they don't usually see in person just so they can go back and put it on their platform and their social media.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, be prepared. Even bring your little mics. So if you are a writer who has a platform they're building and at that stage, bring your stuff.
Yes. That little mic with the fuzzy thing on it, the little one you hold in your hand.
Yes.
I'll say I have one that just kind of slips.
Doesn't have a fuzzy thing. It just goes, it's magnetically attached. So we're a little bit old school still, because now they have them. They're just little squares and you just kind of stick them on you. You barely can, well, you see it, but barely.
Yeah.
And but then there's that side of me that is Joy K. Massenburge. And does she have all of her swag? Do we have all of the items that go into the car for, I don't know, nosebleeds, allergies? You know, we have a medical kit. We have a just in case they kit. I am a stickler for bringing my own bedding because we've gotten to hotels and it's horrible. So I have, just in case I need it, I have my own bedding. So I'm thinking through stuff like that. Does Joy have all of the things that she needs when she's in all of her appointments? Does she have mints? Does she have candies if she's giving them out to other writers? What are some of the other things that you, presentation? Do we have our backdrops or our pull-ups? Does she have business cards? Do we have enough of them? Does she have books on the table? Have we already ordered them? Things of that nature. Now, I'm bad about the book part because I didn't do it until like here recently. So sometimes Joy has to remind me, but it is in the back of my head now.
Or if you're teaching, that compounds things, doesn't it?
Yes. And you have quite a few authors that are teaching.
Yeah. Yes. And that you got to think of, again, a gazillion more things besides.
So stuff like that, nothing massive.
Handouts and sign-up sheets for your newsletter, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Sign-up sheets, especially if they are an author that's coming and they are speaking, don't go without it. Just stick it out there. You know what I mean? Because we're always building for our newsletters and things of that. But these handouts are the ones that the staff have sent out for all of your workshops. I print mine out.
Yeah.
I put mine in a notebook because when I go to classes, I have all of mine tabbed. So, because I'm going to write notes because I'm hopping in classes. I'm writing notes too. Because you're always learning. I love to get into classes where newer writers, they're bringing up stuff that they're reading that maybe I've been writing for a while and just hadn't thought about. So I'm taking notes. So some people travel with their computers, their laptops, so they do all of theirs. But I'm old school. I like to write out my notes.
Yeah. I don't bring my computer. It gets heavy after a while. I like to travel light. I used to do that. Well,
exactly.
Do you think that that people who are new, who are coming, that they should follow each other on social media, when they meet at the table, just everybody follow each other at ACFW because we're a support system, right? And maybe exchange emails, get to know one another.
You said maybe. I'm going to say it's a have to.
Yeah, I think so. You're right.
And the reason why I'll push that, I can't tell you how many times I'll hear someone say, well, who do I go to if I'm trying to, because once they do get that book written, they're going to need people to give, what's the word I'm looking for when you need something to endorse? You don't want to go up to a complete stranger. Build those relationships now.
Yeah.
Talk to them before you need them.
Ooh, that is the gem of advice right there.
Support them. And when I see their books going up, I'm there. Hey, let me share that. Why? Because I'm going to support you now. And then when I do come to you, my name is not a stranger. I've been at your feet serving, working with you. I know something about you. And it makes that connection when I do send that email. It's not so bland. It's that thing where look, because I know I can put something in that line that's personal
Mhm.
between us that we've shared
Yeah.
and get that done. I'm gonna tell you who taught me that. Stacy Simmons taught me that one. Stacy knew everybody. She was always supporting people on social media. Even if she hadn't met them in person, they talked about her as if she was their best friend.
Mm.
And baby, she never had problems. She was so into getting to know people at conference, getting that information, emails, platforms, and showing up for them too.
Now that's hard for women who are, writers are a shy lot, because we're by ourselves writing in a room. I mean, so
Mhm.
how do they get past that timid, kind of feeling and shy feeling?
Well, you know what? I'm going to even say there's some moments that will really help you. Uh, be at the zone breakfast. That is one of the great ones. It's really promoted that, hey guys, talk at your tables. And I've seen some people that are very quiet, but because the whole room is interactive and sharing information around those tables, even the quietest person can get in on that conversation.
Yeah.
I'm going to even say when you're at the conference, change tables at every meal.
Oh, yes. Good advice. And these are the people that get you, so you should be able to talk to them because, the rest of the world may say you're weird, because you drift off and you're just thinking about something. But these people get you.
Yes. And there's
I'll say
always some,
this
I'm sorry.
as an introvert myself and being around people that I absolutely do not know. And then I'm doing a task that people don't necessarily like because no one wants to be on camera. But I have a camera in your face, like, what do you think about conference? And so I think that's my greatest preparation, Linda, is I do way before I get to conference, is prepare your mind that these are the kind of people you're about to deal with and be okay with it. It's not personal. People just they prefer their personal space. This is a new experience for them. And so I think writers can understand this. Put yourself in a different POV at the end of the day, because your POV is one thing, but their POV is something totally different. And you're thinking that they feel this way about you. In our reality, they could care less. They're thinking about the agent that they're trying to get or the publishing house they want to be a part of.
Yeah.
Or did I say this right in the meeting? Or should I have listened to that in that class? A lot of things going on at one time. So prepare your mind before you even get there that I'm going to have to be with people. At 8 o'clock, I shut down automatically. I'm like, I'm in my room. I don't care what you guys are doing. My teeth is gone because it gives me a reprieve and a ability to breathe. So when you feel yourself shutting down,
Mm-hmm.
shut down. Go take your break and then come back and do your thing.
I totally agree because when you get too peoply, things get peoply after a while, and you're like, I just need to be by myself and just recharge.
Yeah.
I'm like that too. I just need to de-people my life for a little bit.
And it's okay to step away.
Yeah,
And it is.
yeah.
And I'm
Because
an
you love it.
extrovert. I love people, but being in a hotel too long,
Mm.
I always, when I first get there, I go around and I walk the ground so I know exactly what it's like. And I find me a place that I can actually leave the hotel, get outside, and come back.
Oh
I
yeah.
have to feel the sun on my face.
Oh, yeah, when we were in New Orleans at the previous conference, a group of us went to the Court of Two Sisters.
Uh-huh.
New Orleans is my stomping grounds because I grew up there, and so we went there, and it was fun. It was fun. We got our bananas Foster and all that. We did all that
You know
stuff.
what? You said something so important. What did you say? We were from that area. I know it. I think too many times we come to conference in preparation and we forget we're in a city. Figure out what's in that city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what I think that's the historical museum was also there. Find out what you can do even for your writing career that's maybe in that area and you're traveling,
Research.
you can do it all at the same time. And
Yeah.
if you're like me, I'm always looking for write-offs. a business write-off. So I'm just saying, don't go to the city and saying, I'm just waiting on what they give me on my agenda at this conference. There's more there. There's even a spa at the hotel. So if you're that person that,
Right.
oh, I'm just too tight, and plan some time to get away. I love to sit down before I get there. I'm not booking my calendar every minute to be in a classroom, to be in front of an agent. I schedule downtime where I can just hang out with friends. I can
Mhm.
just breathe and laugh or just rest. And so that when I do go into the classroom, I'm not worn out and I'm really receiving the information. So,
I want to bring up something that I've encountered, and a lot of people I've talked to have encountered it. When you're at a conference, many people have said, "I've never felt so alone." With all the people around you, you feel this sense of loneliness. And
mm,
you can be walking around, you see other people who are talking, but they seem like friends or in a clique or something. That's our perception, I think. And that, you can feel alone in a crowded room. How do people deal with that? How do the conference goers deal with that? Do you just go up to a group of people and start talking, or, just slump your head and walk away?
ah, I love the fact you did both extremes, the one who just slumps away, the one who just charges in.
Yeah.
Those you just talked about, the extreme ends of a personality range.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say both can use this one, prayer.
Mm.
Let's go there
Yeah.
first. Because loneliness in a crowded room should never be.
Mm.
Our God is with us at all times. I will even tell you, there's always a prayer room. They
Yes.
set aside a prayer room at conference. We all need that because that to me is a work of the enemy.
Mhm.
Do it's one thing to say, I need to go and be alone for a few minutes to recharge. But if I am that loneliness, that darkness,
Mhm.
that's why I'm going to say prayer. Then I'm going to say, find people like me, come up to me. I'm very approachable. I will even, there are some, I've watched them do it. Or even if we see there, I'm not going to even say, I'm going to even say, not just me, I've seen many. There are some hearts of God in a lot of those writers that are there. We see people
Mhm.
in corners and they kind of got that look.
Oh, yeah.
We'll find you and we'll be saying, are you okay? I've watched, I can just see in my head different ones I've watched do that.
Yes. I've seen it too.
You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? So, and
Oh, yeah.
even if you're feeling that, please be vulnerable. That's how we build relationships. Go up to someone. The staff is even trained for that. But I'm gonna even lay, I don't even want to lay it on nobody else because I don't know. I come prepared to be a sister in Christ first.
And we all
So I
should,
would
like,
love find me.
yeah, everyone who's going shouldn't be like in it for themselves. You should be looking
Yes.
for those people who seem a little lost or seem a little shy or feel like maybe they got rejected and they feel like a failure and they feel
Hmm.
like their world just came tumbling down.
Exactly. And hopefully you have a chapter that you're a part of.
Mm. Yeah.
Find out, find out who's going. You remember when I said earlier, find out who's going, someone that you might know as a writer that you can kind of buddy up with. Some of us need a wingman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because before Lottie was on the staff as a videographer, um, I didn't go to conference alone. I took people with me because y'all, I got some weaknesses and I know it. Let me tell you something. I get so excited. My brain, I is like, people will say, that's an airhead. She's forgetting everything. I'm giving Lottie reminders. I'm talking to chapter members, critique group partners that's coming. Hey, girl, y'all know I'm bad at this. Can you help me remember? Or you get what I'm saying? So if that is one of the things that may be something that you know that you struggle with, can
Mhm.
you find someone that you can buddy up with and say, I need your support at
See, and
conference?
that's good. I think that's what, especially if you're going for the first time and
Hmm.
maybe you don't really know anyone, you're new to the whole Christian fiction thing, and
Hmm.
you're not part of a chapter,
Yeah.
and you're just there, just God just spoke to your heart and said, go to this conference because you have a book on your heart. I put it there, you know. Um,
One of the good interventions, though, if it's their first time, It's the first timers group. They have a whole special meeting for them. So if you are a first timer watching this, please look on that itinerary and find that first timers class, because they group you up. They Kara Putman leads that. Kara Mancato is there. There are several there. I know even Kate Angelo. They really get in there. You're gonna get a what do they call those that's on our badges? You get
Oh,
a
there's ribbons. There's
the
ribbons.
little ribbon, and it's gonna say first timer. We look for people. We are trained to look for people who have that first timers ribbon, just so we can come in and make you feel extra warm. So get to that meeting, they start buddying you up right away because they know the importance of you needing a friend.
Well, longtime members have a lust for those ribbons. I mean, it's like the more ribbons you got, it's like you're your homecoming day, and you got that big flower thing hanging on you.
Hold on, you know I'm
in
gonna be looking for
Texas.
mine.
You got
I got it over there. I was like, I'm gonna volunteer because I want the ribbon. I'm gonna do all these
ribbons.
things.
I mean, so you can feel important.
What'd you say? I might not have a book deal yet, but I do have a ribbon.
But
Okay.
ribbons.
I'm not even a writer, and I want the ribbons.
And you need ribbons. Yes, who doesn't? Well, now wait. Now your name is on the first book, right? You're on with Joy on Dump First, Plan Later.
Yes.
That's right.
That's right.
I think that could be a cookbook too. I'm just saying.
Come on. She designed that.
Your her heart surrendered, and that's by you, Joy. Okay, I just wanted to give you a plug for those books. And that's a
now that the dump now, I always get the
Dump First, Plan Later.
Plan Later
is a journal of. It actually is our live journal of what we do before we do anything. It's the same framework, no matter what we're planning to do. And it's the things that we talk to our ladies about on Java with Joy. It's the same thing over and over again, repetition. And what we leave even here today, I hope you guys have the takeaway of write it down, everything you have to do. Decide which one is most important before you go to conference, and do it at the end of the day. Get it done. Yeah. And that way you're not taking that with you when you're going to conference. That's not in the back of your head. And I think, especially when I'm interviewing different writers, one of the common denominators is your role does not validate who you are to Christ. Just because you're a writer does not dictate your importance. And I hope I leave people with that when I'm sitting and I'm listening to their stories or whatever. And at the end of the day, you're important whether you're a writer or not. Even if you don't get the book deal, you're important because you got to go there. Your value is not in the things that you're tangibly doing. If you have a stroke, Lord forbid any of them do, and you're not able to maneuver like you used to, you're just as important as you were when you were able to maneuver. And I think that adds to that loneliness. You're not the only person going through. And the enemy, first of all, we continue to feed that to ourselves repetitiously. Well, I shouldn't have went in the room, or I shouldn't have said that. And we're continuing to set that groove in our head. We continue to give ourselves that bad self-talk. But you might be in the room because someone else needed you and not that you need them. You can't remove your own value. And I think that aids in loneliness as we remove the value that God has just innately given to us as human beings. We need each other. When I walk in the room, someone needed me. And as much as I needed someone else. And if you look at things that way, you'll see that just as much as I'm flawed, so are they. But just in as much as I believe they're important, so am I. And you just have to have that mindset. And I hate that sometimes our newbies don't get it, which I understand. It's human nature. We all do it in some shape.
On achieving. But then most of us can remember times when we encouraged someone, you know, when they were really down. Like I talked to a longtime writer who had just gotten rejected by a publishing house because of her sales. And I said, don't you worry about sales. God can take care of that. You know,
Yeah.
you know, that book didn't sell, but hey, you're not done. And you know, she wasn't done. She did well after that, you know, but in that moment, she was crushed,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And we've all been crushed by this.
Mhm. Mhm.
But how do people I know you practice your elevator pitch and you practice
Yeah.
your pitch to agents and editors, but I think how do we prepare ourselves mentally for that besides prayer? Like you pray first, of course, but you know, when you go in, you kind of get these, you know, when it's your appointment time, you kind of get these jitters, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
And they say, you know, policemen slap themselves on the shoulders to kind of wake themselves up, you know, that kind of stuff. What should we do?
I'm gonna go with this one because preparation, period. Don't wait till the day before. Don't wait. You should have already, I'm gonna say right now that
Mhm.
15 to 20 words, whichever one. Some say it's 15 to 30. 15, I like mine 15 to 20, right in there.
Mhm.
That elevator pitch, practice it now. Say it so much. Just keep saying it, saying it, saying it, that even when you're nervous, it comes out. But
Yeah.
do you know, I've done all of that practicing and still on that day, just felt like I couldn't get my words
You
together.
get tongue-tied
I've
sometimes.
done, and I
Little,
have no
little.
shame in the game. No shame in the game. I keep
Yeah.
my one sheet right there. I always put my one sheet down in front of me
Yeah.
because I practiced it. And you know, I'm gonna make sure it's all pretty with the illustrations and colorful.
Oh,
In bold, the basic information is right there. I know my genre. I know
yeah.
how many words it is. I know that tagline, and I've used that. And I like, you know what? I'm really nervous right now.
Yeah.
But all the information is here. And y'all, I did in one of my appointments. I just turned. I said, "Do you mind?" All the information is here. She was like, "Great." And they didn't even have to talk to me because sometimes agents and editors are just like you. They're introverts.
They're real people.
So
You know, you go
I was just happy that she didn't have to talk and she was just reading and she was just like, okay, great. But as soon as she did that, I saw she was human, I was human, and it released, and then we had a conversation.
yes.
So I can't say enough. Some things get there. Your mind has created all of these pictures of how hard it can be. There are people just like you that understand that you're nervous, but preparing before, go over that elevator pitch with someone else. Let someone else hear it. I prefer
Mhm.
someone in the writing industry, another
Yes.
writer. But if you're so new and you just showed up like I did at my first one, because I saw on Francine Rivers' website to go to a conference, so I just went. So I did not really have an idea. But I was even, and I learned once I got there, the book was supposed to be written, but I didn't know. I just told them, hey, I'm new.
Yeah.
I just learned the book is not finished, but can I practice? And they were like, yeah.
Nice. Nice.
And Linda Glass was one of those. My agent now was one of those that I practiced on. So I say, get in there, have that conversation. It's great if you have it polished, but even if not, some words on the page is better than no words.
Well,
Get in
you
that
know,
appointment.
when I would go in, I felt like Queen Esther. And I went in and I was like, one of these editors is going to extend the scepter to me. You know, will they extend the scepter? Send me your manuscript.
It's so beautiful.
You know, but at least we don't have to face death like, you know, Queen Esther would have. But it's, you know, you feel
Yeah.
that way. Like, is it my
Mhm.
turn? You know, because you're competing with all these sisters and brothers in Christ. And
Yes.
you know, some of them are real good, and you're not the best one and the best writer in the room. You know,
Mhm.
I always look at it that way. I'm not the best, but I'm not the worst either, you know,
Come
and
on.
I got a shot. And
And sometimes your presentation is perfect,
yeah,
but it's just not your time.
no,
I
they
say
have a
that
book like
because
that already.
yes,
Yeah.
because I've even said, is this something you would be interested in?
Mm-hmm.
Or is there something I need to work on? And I've had one say, that's just not a topic we're selling right now.
Mm-hmm.
maybe somebody else, but I'm just not, that's just not something I'm selling or would know how to sell. Um, Ask questions in that meeting
Yeah.
because sometimes it's not about how great you are. Um, is there a need, or like you said, somebody just did a work like that a year ago
Yeah.
or close to it, and they just don't need it.
And we all know they say, oh, historicals aren't selling this year, or cozy mysteries are so yesterday. I mean, we've heard that before. And,
Come on,
and then of course the next year they're, selling like hotcakes,
there you go.
Yeah. So you just don't know. But yeah, and I say kind of calm yourself down and take some deep breaths. Like before you go to speak somewhere, they say to take some deep breaths. I learned that from
Yeah.
Toastmaster. And take some of those before you go on so you don't get out there and you're breathless suddenly, like I'm gulping,
Mhm.
and just
And drink plenty
be
of water.
yourself.
People,
Yeah.
people
Well,
forget that one. You're getting ready to talk, and that thick mouth, drink plenty of water.
but then you feel
Think
like,
before.
oh, what if I have to, what if I have to poo, then I'll have to excuse myself. So it's
They
six
usually have
one.
that pretty close though, even before you get to that seat where you're waiting, you're that next
Yes.
group up. You
Yes.
usually have a little time in there to just go right quick in a bathroom. It's going to be one close.
That's true. And what about impromptu meetings? Like when you're sitting at a table, there's usually an agent or an editor at a table,
Hmm.
for one of the meals. How do you broach it then when they have a mouthful of their chicken? Their
I would wait.
Yeah.
I either catch them before the chicken comes because there's usually, you have time. When they
Yeah.
first sit you down, you have time because it takes them a while for them to get a plate to everybody's table.
Yeah.
Because usually everybody's just doing bread for a minute and can talk. But I'm laughing because I intentionally sat at Steve Lobby's table one day because I had a friend who was too afraid to pitch her story.
Yeah.
But I was like, come on, girl, he's just a man. And so a group of us, we sat down at the table with him, and I was just like, hey, Steve, my friend. And you know what? He talked to her. He was so sweet. That's actually a great moment. The tables are great.
Yeah.
Just don't follow him into the bathroom. Not
No.
that one. Too
No.
far. Too far.
No. And they're usually good about asking, like, oh, what do you write?
Mhm.
What do you write? I mean, they're really
They do.
good about that, and
They'll start that conversation, or even I'll even watch people. He not just him. It was a couple others. They was sitting at the table eating breakfast. They
mhm.
hadn't come to inside the conference. They was just out in like the cafe of the hotel. I watched him and several others, publishers, agents. They were talking to people just normal,
Oh yeah,
grabbing coffee.
yeah. Or if you're eating though, you kind of worry, am I going to have a piece of lettuce in my teeth when he asks me? But don't worry about that because they're human too. You know.
Exactly. Or just turn to a friend. I do it all the time. My good. And then and then bring it up. But everybody knows why we're there. We're there to talk books.
Right. We're there to
First of
learn.
all, have a conversation. Just have a conversation.
Yes. Be there to learn, to mix with all these other writers who get us, and to make connections and
Mm-hmm.
and to practice your pitch, practice all that. You may not get a contract this time, this year. It may take you years before it happens, but one day
Come
it's
on.
going to be your day, you know.
Exactly.
And
And I like that you said that. I think we have to say, before we get there, what is my goal?
yeah.
What is my goal? Because every conference to me has not been to get a book deal. I'm networking this year
Hmm.
because I've got a book. I'm in the middle. I've got a contract coming up, but I need to expand. Because what? I need to be on people's podcasts to promote that book.
Yes.
So everybody has different needs. You need to sit down and say, what do you need? And then build around what you're going to do at this conference.
Yeah. And you know what? You bring something to the conference that coincides with your name. You bring the joy. You're every time I look at you, you're laughing or smiling or saying something funny. And you do bring that. And I wanted to talk quickly about your morning motivator, that
Thank
people can
you.
listen to, because you bring the joy in that,
Thank you.
people will follow you on social media, and
Mhm.
you've got joykmassenburg.com, right? I'm checking.
That's it. joykmassenburg.com.
Mhm.
You can go on my website and you can subscribe to get those morning motivations
Yeah.
that are on YouTube. And also, that's when they can sign up for Java with Joy. That first
Yes.
Saturday of the month, that's where I have the women come. Now, that is restricted to just my female writers, but we journal, we support each other, we just give you that energetic boost. We give you practical tips on just how to put life in bite-sized pieces so that we are walking in the fullness of joy in alignment with scripture.
So if people who go to the conferences here, conference attendees, bring their own joy, because I find that joyful people are irresistible. If you're full of joy and you're funny, I mean, not fake, you can spot the fakes, but if you really have the joy of the Lord in your heart and it just bubbles out and you care about people and people want to hang out with you.
Yes.
So if
And
you can do that.
they got some good hangout spots too. They even have the genre gatherings, pizza parties. I know they're doing some costume decorating.
Are they wearing
escape
costumes?
rooms.
Are they wearing?
Yes, at that Friday at those different genre breakouts.
Okay.
No, romance is doing it. The romance genre is doing it. I know story festers are doing it. Each pizza party that they signed up for, they're doing different things, games. They have some activities where, hey, yeah, everything's not about books. Let's just relax and enjoy one another in just the writing world. I don't know about anybody else. I love being around writers, even if I'm not writing a book, just writers. So we got some good events for that.
They're fun folk.
They're
We're a
fun
weird
folk,
bunch of
yeah.
people, but we're fun folk. And I'm sorry, I can't go this year, but my youngest daughter's having her baby any day now. And I, had to choose between, that and ACFW. I'm going to choose my baby.
Yes, you cannot miss it. But I will say this, I hope people get to the conference and learn about more people in their area. Linda, let me tell you something, meeting you was so great, going to a local chapter meeting and hanging out with you and Kathleen and Janice. And it was just
So much fun.
It was fun.
we still talk about that. I love the fact that we have all those different cups that we could choose from, and we could sit down with you. And this is you can't find that. I just like writers are different. You welcomed us. You didn't even know me. You welcomed us into your home.
I know, I'm crazy, right?
So I'm like, y'all better come to these conferences, meet as many writers as you can.
Well,
It's a great
spirit.
meetup spot.
Your spirit knows I mean, we're of the same spirit, and that's the game changer, because we're sisters in Christ, right?
Yes.
And
So
we
I'm
got
saying that
Christ.
relationships don't just have to end once we leave. We can keep them going on after the conference.
And
I think
no, go ahead.
one of the things that I would also say to our writers is like I keep saying, I'm not a writer, but I have sat at so many tables with agents and people I didn't even know were agents and publishers and all of these other things. But the only reason that I got to meet all of these people was a willingness to serve. So if you don't come with any other mindset, I wasn't looking to meet all of these people. But when I tell you, I have met some of the most awesome people, like Joy just said. I had so much fun hanging out with you guys. I was just there to serve her and drive her to her facility, wherever she was going. I was just willing to drive. But I got to meet 3 women. I already knew Kathleen, but actually being able to sit down and converse with her was a totally different experience.
Oh, yeah.
It was such a beautiful experience. So don't just come to sell something. Come and ask, what is it that I can bring to the table? How can even if I don't get what I came here for, because it's a letdown and it does hurt. But even in my hurt, how can I serve right now? And how can I be the blessing that I wish somebody would have been to me?
Yeah.
And that within itself opens up doors in ways that I don't think I'll ever pursue a writing career. You guys have to do too much. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
don't say
It's
that because you know you will. Whenever I hear somebody say that, I'm like,
That's the one.
God's going to
That's
prove
the
you
one.
wrong.
You guys got to do crit group. You have to redo your book 52 times. It's just too much. Too much. So I'm like, yeah, I'll probably never be a writer. However, I have developed some amazing relationships.
See, God loves a challenge. Okay.
Come on, Linda. Hey, Linda, let me say this too. Everybody should go to the website. Up on
Yes.
the conference tab.
Yes.
There are little tabs all the way on to the side. It says so much. It even provides information about the parking. Parking is like what, $28, but if you already have a room, if you have a room at the hotel, it's like 18. But if you don't have a room at the hotel and you're just visiting, driving in, I think it's around $28. But that information, it's on a valet, it's like 37. So just know you can go to the conference website, look on acfw.com, hit the conference tab, and all the information is there. And then do that last minute check on your agent or acquisitions editor that you're meeting with. Make sure they're accepting what you write.
Oh, yeah.
If they're not, or if you see once you get there and the person you put down you got, then go to the board and talk to Casey and him about switching. Because you can. Even though that was written down, you can go to him. And there's been many times he's worked miracles and got things switched around and got you someone else that was more compatible.
Well, plus I know a writer who she got no's. And then when she was at a table talking to an editor, she thought of a mystery off the top of her head. And she accepted it. She said, send it. She hadn't written a word of it, but you just never know. You could think on your feet, if you have some ideas in the back of your head, you never know.
That's right.
And if you do not belong to a chapter because there's no chapter where you live, think about starting one. Think about going to ACFW because that's what I did. There wasn't a chapter. I mean, it began here in Texas, ACFW, and there wasn't any chapter where we lived. And that's kind of like the cradle of where it started. So I said, well, I'll start one. And I'm a founding president like you of the East Texas chapter. And so start one. You don't have to know everything. You just have to have the desire to serve, like Lotteice said, the desire to serve. And now we have the CEO in our chapter. She always was from the first day.
Yeah. Kathleen got moved up.
Yes. You never know. So it's been such a pleasure talking to you ladies. You're some of my favorite ladies, and I hope I can see you next year, God willing.
Yes. I'd say the same. But can I say this right quick before we leave? I want people to know too, this is when you can do your Christmas shopping at the bookstore. So guys, don't come thinking, just about books. I can go and buy books, and they're going to be doing the baskets this year. What do you call them? Y'all can't even say it off the top of my head.
Raffle baskets.
These raffle baskets with all this good stuff. So come ready to bid and take some stuff home and buy Christmas gifts. They got all
Teachers' gifts alone. Teachers' gifts.
I even got like writing earrings from the bookstore. They have all kinds of stuff. So just be prepared that you can do some Christmas shopping while you're there too.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's been such a pleasure talking to you ladies. And I know you're probably going to be packing up your car pretty soon to head out. When are y'all heading out on tomorrow or Monday?
Tuesday morning. We're going to head out Tuesday mornings because I have meetings Wednesday morning.
Okay. Well, I pray Godspeed for y'all and everyone else going to the conference and going home as well. And maybe we'll do a debrief after the conference,
Oh, come on. Yes.
And talk.
I love that idea. So, thank you for having us.
Thank you so much, and God bless.
All right, dear heart. Bye-bye.